Greetings, my fellow Americans. A few weeks ago, Congress passed a bill that would allow the military to detain American citizens who have been declared enemies of the state. It appears, though, that there is some confusion as to what a terrorist is, so I asked my friend George W. Bush to come out and help me inform you of just what we consider to be a terrorist. Would you like to start us off there, George?
Sure thing, Mr. President. If you pay with cash and not credit cards, you might be a terrorist. If you are missing fingers, you might be a terrorist.
True story. If you store food for longer than 7 days, you might be a terrorist. Also, if you are a Ron Paul supporter, you might be a terrorist.
I hate that guy.
Yes, he is rather annoying, isn't he? What with all the talk of freedom and individual liberty. Which brings us to the next sign that you might be a terrorist. If you believe in smaller government, you might be a terrorist.
Yeah. I don't understand it at all. Why wouldn't you want the government to do everything for you? That's just stupidity right there. At any rate, if you hand out pocket constitutions, you might be a terrorist. Do you think Jeff Foxworthy is going to mind that we stole his "you might be a redneck" format for this?
If he does, he might be a terrorist. Ha 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 ha. If you buy guns and ammo, you might be a terrorist. Also, if you talk about common law, you might be a terrorist.
If you do not watch your magic picture box every night and believe everything it tells you, then you might be a terrorist.
Wait a minute. I don't see that on the list.
Yeah, I just made it up. Spur of the moment kind of thing.
Ha ha ha, that is a good one. I'll add it to the list. If you fly the Gadsden flag, you might be a terrorist.
If you refer to Obama as the Kenyan King, you might be a terrorist. Ha ha, just kidding. However, if you ask to see proof of his citizenship, you might be a terrorist.
If you don't support the bombing of insignificantly small countries for no reason, you might be a terrorist.
Speaking of which, congratulations on becoming the first Nobel Peace Prize winner to bomb 7 different countries.
It is quite the achievement, isn't it? Moving on, if you want to end the Federal Reserve, you might be a terrorist.
You know, maybe we should have consolidated this list. Something along the lines of, if you are a free thinker who likes guns, food, reading, silver and gold, freedom, and liberty, you might be a terrorist.
I like it, but what is the fun in that? These idiots watch us and believe every word we say. If we make it short and sweet, then they might start thinking for themselves, and we can't have that, because a nation without sheepies, well, a nation of liberty.
That is a very good point. I think we have pretty much covered all the bases. I'm glad we could clear this little matter up for the sheeple.
Indeed. Thank you for coming on tonight. I realize you are quite a busy man now that you aren't taking orders from the elite, so I appreciate you doing this. Do you have any last words for the public?
Yes. If you are watching this, you might be a terrorist.